All right. Well, good morning or good afternoon, wherever you happen to be joining us from. For me, it's afternoon. Sarah Dandashy along here with Steve Turk, and we've got a great show today. Airbnb just made a major hire to run its hotel business, and the person that they picked says a lot about where they think they will be going. Also, we're going to be getting into the loyalty gap and why it's quietly squeezing boutique brands. And Starlink's IPO filing just revealed how deeply embedded it already is in the travel infrastructure. So, Steve, you ready for today's show?
Let's do it.
Yeah, bring up that energy. Hey. Well,
good
morning to you.
Sarah.
Good morning to you, Steve. Good morning.
So you're live. Where are you coming from? Because you're definitely not in your home office. Where are you?
I am not. Oh, you got a little bit of a sneak peek here right behind me. We got
the river. I see some water features.
I am in Amsterdam at the Muse Unfold event. It's a one-day event. It is happening today. I'm going to show you. How about this? I'll just take you on a little tour because we're mobile.
Oh my gosh! Don't drop your computer. Don't drop your computer.
Don't worry. Take a look at all those people behind me.
Hello, everybody.
Hello. There's a lot of hoteliers, a lot of tech people. It's great. By the way, the space is fantastic here in Amsterdam. They did a fantastic job. We are at the Musicalbouw, something like that, the big musical. Please don't come at me for my Dutch. But yeah, so we're live and in action and had a great day. I just did a panel talking about creating guest moments with in a digital era and how to use technology to kind of make special magical moments happen, which I think is it's a lot I think of what we talk about, but it's certainly the world that we're living in. Also a lot of big tech announcements, but I'll leave it for them to share that. So it's exciting times.
I know you just got off stage. I've seen you on stage before. You always do a fantastic job of getting the crowd excited and motivated and inspired. I'm sure you did today as well.
I
wish I could be there with you today. It looks like an awesome day in Amsterdam. I've never been, and I would love to visit one day.
Maybe next year.
Let's next year. Muse.
Okay, we'll plant the seed. Okay. Hey, Muse. Okay, Richard, Matt, let's make this happen.
Yes. All right. Well, viewers and listeners, I'm coming to you at, if you have an Aura ring, you may know, my readiness score yesterday was 29, and today I've got it up to a 51, which is not good. I've been sick for the last couple of days, but I'm here. I wanted to make sure I was here with all of you. We thought it was the hantavirus. Turns out just a regular old virus. So we're okay. We're good. We're back. Everything's fine.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my goodness. Well, I'm glad you're doing okay and you're feeling better. You're enough to join us.
Yes.
That's for sure. But, before we dive into today's show, do you want to go ahead and give our first little sponsor mention?
I think we definitely should. We always love our sponsors on the show. We appreciate you supporting, and we've got Plusgrade. Before, a quick shout out to them because Plusgrade helps travel companies unlock new revenue through upgrades, premium experiences, and personalized offers across the traveler journey. From airlines to hotels, they're powering a lot of the behind-the-scenes monetization you're seeing across travel today. So come on, guys, learn more at plusgrade.com. Make sure to check out Plusgrade, our fantastic sponsor.
Love it. Perfect. Well, I think we should go ahead and dive into today's topics. There's a lot that's going on. This one is pretty exciting. So Airbnb, I love that they say this, just got serious about hotels. There's actually been a lot of discussion today here at Muse Unfold about that. They've got Lou from Airbnb who's been here and kind of talking about that. But in this particular news, Airbnb named Andrea D'Amico, who's 15 years at Booking.com, including as VP and Managing Director of EMEA, overseeing 1,500 employees across 90 offices. So what's interesting is this decision, because again, this is a little bit of an unexpected move, but I wanted to hear your thoughts on this, Steve.
Yeah, and I'm curious to hear what they were saying at Muse, if you're allowed to tell us. But look, it's not unknown that Airbnb has been trying to get into hotels more and more. They do own Hotel Tonight, which
Correct.
is one of those booking platforms that hoteliers love when they need to fill in last minute demand. And it's also shows that Airbnb, this is where they're going to get their growth from. They want to become that travel platform. If you've been on their website recently, you can see that it's changed a lot over the last 24 months, where they're pushing more experiences and things that you can do locally without having to book a home. And so they're really trying to be that travel program for everybody. And I can tell you, just from managing short-term rentals and vacation rentals and now getting into boutique hotels, that vacation rental spot is tough because you can't really, you don't know who that host is going to be, how good they're going to be. It's a lot of refunds,
Totally.
party homes, not that much security. So if I was getting into this part of the business with Airbnb, I like it. I think that they're going to do well. They're looking for boutique hotels that are one-offs because they know, look, when you have a Marriott, Hyatt, Hilton, and when we play our Who's Branded It Anyway game later today, they have that booking engine pretty much built in with those big companies. So they're really trying to help and support those unique and cool boutique hotels around the world. So they're going to make a big push. I can see this becoming something very big and pushing. I'm just curious what the benefits are of booking through them instead of booking directly with that boutique hotel. That's what I'm going to be curious to see.
Well, I think I see it more. I mean, it's an OTA play. I mean, and hence, I clearly, obviously, hence with the book background. I mean, obviously, booking direct is always the best for everybody. I think every hotel property agrees with that. But in this particular case, it's getting more ability. I think it makes sense. The boutique and hotels see the average Airbnb consumer or guests that would probably be more likely to go for that independent boutique route. I mean, so it's a smart, and obviously this is on the heels of, there's been several different announcements, but they're really continuing to push from Airbnb a sort of one-stop shop where you can book everything. So to cars,
so I know you're cutting in in and out a little bit, Sarah, which we're going to keep rolling here with you. I hear you on that. So it's going to be interesting to see, because when you book a home right now on Airbnb, right, they don't share the address with you. So you can see the area, so you can't really book directly with that home. It's harder, right? So with a hotel, like a lot of times we'll go search on OTAs. All right, I like that hotel. Let me book directly with them. And it's really hard to book directly a home through Airbnb. Like, they block you from doing certain things, from certain URLs, certain phone numbers. So it's interesting to see what will happen here, but I'm excited to see how it evolves. And there's more and more players in that business. It's a good business to be in. If you can get an audience and you can direct them to the hotels, you're in good shape. So I'm curious to see how she does, because Booking is the big player in hotels, and they've got her now overseeing this. And they demoted some people that were within the company that maybe weren't doing it at such a high level. So we'll see how it goes from there. Hold on, you're on mute now. Listeners,
there we go.
There she is.
Oh my gosh. There we go. There we go. Sorry about that. It looks like we're on break over here. We got a lot of people on their phones. Everybody Wi-Fi a little behind me, but hope this is better. But yeah, again, very, very interesting times indeed. And I think that we're going to see, it's interesting, just like looking at whether it's Airbnb, which is obviously, we've talked about, it's got obviously going more of the OTA direction. But then also seeing where OTAs are in the world of chat and AI. So everybody's just fighting for, how can we get in front of the travel consumer first, and B, keep them here in our ecosystem. So not too big of a surprise.
Yeah, and I think you're going to see a lot of loyalty plays here, because it was one I think we were talking about a couple episodes ago. If you were to book on Hotel Tonight, they would give you a discount to use on Airbnb next time. So they're going to get people into that flywheel, I think, very quickly, and testing out new things like, hey, Airbnb, you booked a home with us, get a discount now for a hotel.
Flywheel. Look at you using some fun language.
It's the NyQuil talking. It's working.
That definitely is. Yeah, no, we've got a cool discussion coming up here. But before we get into that, I know that we've got a little sponsor mention, but do you think you'll be able to do it just since I'm going to be
Absolutely. Since you're breaking up a little bit here and there, I'm going to
Yeah.
make sure our sponsors are happy with us. We've got Bilt, our sponsor of this episode. We want to give them a shout out. Bilt, they're helping restaurants and hotel F&B teams better understand their guests and create more personalized experiences that drive repeat visits. If you care about loyalty and guest experience, it's worth checking out. So head to joinbilt.com /GMH. And that's joinbilt, which is BILT.com /GMH.
Awesome. Very cool. Okay, well, why don't we get into our next topic here, if you are ready, sir?
Ready? Let's do it.
Yeah. So the loyalty gap, squeezing boutique brands. This is pretty interesting article here. So Roommate Hotel CEO Victor Fernandez says that competing with the loyalty programs of major hotel groups is one of the biggest challenges for mid-sized boutique brands. Not too much of a surprise. I mean, I think that's definitely been something that they've struggled with for quite some time. So the 5 largest hotel companies run now about 40 lifestyle brands, obviously over 2,000 properties and 350,000 rooms. So, I mean, when you're talking just on sheer volume alone, it's hard to compete with that.
Yeah.
But he's also pushing back against this lifestyle label, basically arguing that basically replicating one concept across 50 hotels doesn't really make you lifestyle or that sort of unique. So, and roommate actually calls itself more boutique than lifestyle. So,
yeah,
interesting.
You know, it's interesting to see how they're pushing. He's pushing back Roommate. I know their brand, and they have a unique model too. First, I want to mention that is they actually lease out their hotels, which is good and bad. It's high risk, but if you do well in that area, you can make more money. And so we saw a couple of hotel brands try that in the US and they started to grow too quick and went out of business. So I'm hoping, you know, they've learned those lessons first. But the other is how you differentiate yourself and how you drive people to your property is to be unique in that property, but also be excellent at the new marketing, whether it's on Instagram and TikTok and social media, meeting people where the attention is. That really is a differentiator. And I can see it with hotel brands that are doing it. I'm learning a lot from one of my business partners because we're building a boutique hotel. And so if you haven't yet, you should go check out Ben Wolf and follow his newsletter because he shares in his marketing because they've become superstars at this where they're creating viral videos for each property. And those are generating 2 to 3 million views that then generate several $100,000 in direct bookings. And it's a new way of doing business. So for me, that's the way companies are going to have to start competing against the big boys because like they say in this article, the Marriotts and Hiltons and Hyatts have already invested, if not millions, hundreds of millions into their apps already, into their ecosystem, into keeping people there, into credit card rewards. They've built these giant monsters that's going to be hard to compete against. But you can if you create something that people really connect with, want to be a part of. And, you know, I think that's what we're trying to do with our property. And I think a lot of properties are doing that. So I'm cheering on Roommate. But they may end up like Citizen M where, hey, we're going to get purchased. And that's what will happen. So I'm curious what you see because you've been staying in a lot of different boutique hotels recently.
Okay, I'm going to push back on this a little bit because yes, especially social media as intimately as I do, and yes, that strategy works in really cool, really unique places. But the reality is, many hotels are lovely, but it's the wow factor of like a cool, unique boutique hotel that might be like perfectly located, really kind of integrates like the local scene and atmosphere is going to be a very different social media proposition or the chance of going viral versus maybe a property that's like, oh, wow, built into a crane and it's so unique, a once in a lifetime experience. So it is kind of hard to lump
I'm going to push
together.
back on you now. I'm pushing back on you because if they had a Sarah Dandashy at the Ask a Concierge desk, and she was doing a weekly series. Like you did something recently, not too long ago, with the dancing guy in New York, the dancing bellhop or something, right? I'm sure people book there just to go see the dancing bellhop. So it'll be interesting to see how that continues. So I think you can find something interesting. Like there's people going to restaurants because they're putting on cool little videos and fun little things that, hey, I want to go see it. And these cool little reality shows that are a minute long. I think there's just an interesting trend coming along. So I hear you. I hear you if it's not cool and it's just a standalone place, but there's some things we could always do, I feel like.
For sure, for this, and then kind of just bring it back to its part of this and like the loyalty programs, because that's obviously kind of like this. I mean, it is hard. It's always, I think that's just always a forever challenge until we're all playing in the same sandbox and the same level of loyalty and rewards points and redemption and all of that. Which the reality is that we won't be, or you could even maybe look to agnostic points like Amex, etc. But in general, as far as like the brand loyalty game, it's going to be tough for these brands.
It's going to be hard, but you could do it. Cheering you on, little guys. We could do it. Let's keep going.
All right. Speaking of our next topic here, how's my Wi-Fi holding up?
Your Wi-Fi, I think, needs some Starlink. That's what I think you need over there.
Yeah. You want to go ahead and just on this next topic?
Yes, we're going to be talking about Starlink is becoming unavoidable in the travel infrastructure, and SpaceX IPO shows Starlink generated $11.4 billion in revenue in 2025 and has signed the biggest airlines, cruise lines, including United, Southwest, British Airways, Lufthansa, Carnival, and Royal Caribbean. And I'll give another one. They're working with a local company here in Miami, the Brightline train. So I've actually used it. It's very good. And I see a lot of people who are in the world of, I don't know, Will Slickers, if you have a Starlink, but I know you go out into the mountains and camping, and there's just so many different uses for it. It's just amazing to see what this company has created. And I know Elon Musk is a divisive individual and leader in the world, and company leader, but he's created something that's become the industry standard. So you travel a lot on planes. I haven't used it yet, I don't think, on any of the airlines. Have you?
I have not used it. It has not been on. Actually, I don't. Been on any of the flights that I have been on, or even I don't even know that it's been on any of the cruises I've been on. I definitely need to give it a go. That's for sure. I mean, obviously staying connected is the world that we're living in today, and we can see it. You can see it now, me living it live. But it's a game changer. But what was interesting, did you this kind of made me laugh because you guys all know I'm a big Delta fan. A little bit of pushback. So obviously Delta CEO Ed Bastian ended up going with Amazon's version, their Prime internet that they're going to be putting on all of their moving forward. And oh my goodness, Elon was so salty. Like, I can't believe. It's Amazon Leo. Sorry, satellite. Elon was so salty about it, and it was just like, guys, like you can't be everywhere, But I think it was an interesting move, just because one of the reasons I'm a big fan of Delta is everything they do really is at a high level of service and care and consistency across the board that I don't think any other line really niches. And so to go a route, make me curious, what's Amazon going? What's going on Amazon, Leo? Like, what actually?
Yeah. I've never heard of Amazon's product, so we'll be interesting to see how they put it together. But for all the tech nerds like me, who I run, Wi-Fi speeds all the time, there's a big performance gap versus what we're used to on flights to where it's going. So traditionally, you get megabit speeds with like 500 milliseconds latency. Starlink delivers 400 megabytes per second. So they're really in a different category to where you could do a live stream from an airplane now, and you could do your video chats and watch things and do things much faster. So, I think we're going to put it in over there in Amsterdam for you. So the next time we're there together, we can do a live show nice and easy, because I think that you're on the legacy Wi-Fi for sure over there.
For sure. Which, this is interesting because, and I love that we're even talking about this, because it's the conversation that's happening today at Muse. I mean, a lot of it, we're talking about data. You're talking about AI. You're talking about different tech stacks, how to simplify and streamline our life. And when you think about it, technology is so embedded in everything that we do. And the whole point is for it to be seamless. And when it's seamless, you don't even think about it, right? But
Yes.
when it's not quite working, does it become super obvious, So I'm just really, it's going to be interesting to see just how not only hotels, but other hospitality brands, airlines, cruises, and really continue to evolve with it, whether it's guest facing as something like just access to really good Wi-Fi, or building out a whole extra tech stack. So and using that.
Yeah, it's really cool to see too, because some of these remote hospitality locations, that are on Safari and all these places didn't have Wi-Fi. Now you can have and be able to use these systems. The other part, I kind of liked when I could go on a cruise ship and be like, oh, I don't have Wi-Fi in the middle of the ocean right now, and you get to disconnect for a little while. So we're getting more and more connected, always on. So it's good to have those digital detoxes every once in a while.
Totally. Speaking of detoxes, you doing okay over there?
Hanging out with you all re-energizes me, but we'll see what the rest of my day looks like after this.
Oh my gosh. Well, I know that we're kind of blazing through these topics here, but you ready to go into our fun topic of the day? Whose brand is it anyway?
Yeah, my favorite part of the week. Whose brand is it anyway? Where Sarah and I try to guess which sub-brand or what big brand owns this sub-brand, because we talked about it earlier. There's so many brands within these companies. So let's see what we got. We don't know what we're being shown yet today. So whose brand is it anyway? Brought to you by GMH.
Everhome Suites. Everhome Suites, first of all. Oh my God. Am I allowed to say this? I'm just going to say it. So first of all, when I look at these and I don't necessarily know the brand, my first thing is, what is up with that logo?
It looks like a home base, like a baseball base. Is that what it is?
Yeah, I can see that. Well, it also looks like a house.
Logo?
A house. It's a house. Everhome. Home. I get that.
All right.
Dude.
Well, Everhome, I have no idea. I'm going to go with, hold on. What are the big brands that we always have on here? It's got to be like a European brand. I'm going Accor.
You are?
Accor.
I don't know. I'll just go with IHG.
All right. Let's see the answer. Choice Hotel.
Choice. Well, then that checks out.
All right. Yeah, you know. I got to check
the
them
brand
out.
Checks out.
Everhome. Okay. I'm checking out their website now. Looks cool. They got some nice suites, in that budget range. We can get one right now in Ocala, Florida for $76 tonight, and they get a nice little suite. So nice gym, nice little lobby area. Very cool, Everhome. All right. Well, look, I'm not feeling great. Your Wi-Fi is going in and out. I think we owe ourselves this one show where maybe we wrap a little early today. But for listeners and viewers, make sure to subscribe, to share this episode with everybody. And Sarah, thank you for coming live from Amsterdam, doing your best to work out through the kinks of a live show. You made it happen.
We tried. Listen, but yeah.
That's part of a live show. That's why we are the #1 show in hospitality, GMH, because we take risks and always make sure that we bring you some cool things every single week.
Oh my God. So I have to just say, yes, chiming in.
Way to go. I like the mom joke. Very good.
Way to go. Oh man, that's great. And then a final little shout out to our friends over at Muse. This event is fantastic. If you are a partner with them, that is how you can get invited to this show. I highly recommend it next year. So if you happen to be a property and you have this, definitely come. The conversations are great. What I really like about them, and I'll wrap after this, is it's real conversations. It's not just like fluff. It's pushing back a little bit. It's not just talking points. It is really getting to the nitty and gritty. And I really appreciate that when we see that in conferences. So congratulations to them for putting on a great show. And I'm been honored to be here. So thanks, guys.
All right. Well, until next week, everyone, stay
hospitable.